Big Pine Key and No Name Key are located at the eastern end of the Lower Keys, about 30 miles from Key West. Key West is shown at the westernmost point on this map, and Key Largo is seen at the eastern end. Big Pine Key is just under 10 square miles. No Name Key is located due east and connected via bridge to Big Pine Key. Big Pine Key's neighborhoods are both compact and spread out over the island. The population is just over 5,000 and about 2,275 households. The median age is 47, and about 48% are single, 52% married, which is a somewhat higher married percentage than is the average for the state of Florida. There's a public pre-K through grade 4 school on Big Pine, after which students attend school on Sugarloaf Key. The nearest hospitals are located in Marathon and Key West. Here's a view of Big Pine Key as it looks coming in from the Key West side on US 1. And here's a view of the eastern side, north of the No Name Bridge. Islands magazine included Big Pine Key among its 2009 picks for best islands to live on. It said the Florida Keys are popular for good reason: proximity, climate, endless water sports, and more. On Big Pine, much of the island is federally protected wildlife habitat, off limits to development. A close-knit, small-town community works conscientiously to protect the local environment, and real estate remains surprisingly affordable considering its surroundings. Big Pine Key is a little reminder of how the Keys used to be, and there's still room for you. Big Pine Key and No Name Key are especially known as the home of the key deer, the smallest of all white-tailed deer. They're not found anywhere else in the world. Their shoulder height's between 24 and 28 inches, and they feed on native plants such as mangroves, thatch palm berries, and over 150 other species. The National Key Deer Refuge was established in 1957 to protect and preserve key deer and other wildlife resources. It includes roughly 9,200 acres of pine rockland forests, tropical hardwood hammocks, freshwater wetlands, salt marsh wetlands, and mangrove forests, all critical habitat for hundreds of endemic and migratory species, including many federally listed species. Another real asset to life on Big Pine is the Bahia Honda State Park, a short drive east toward the 7-mile bridge and Marathon. Dr. Stephen Leatherman, better known as Dr. Beach, selected Bahia Honda as America's best beach in 1992. Big Pine Key is not as commercially developed as nearby Marathon or Key West. There's a shopping center with grocery store, pet shop, Radio Shack, and several restaurants, among other stores. A natural food store and major chain drugstore are nearby. There are a number of restaurants and bars on Big Pine Key, including locals' favorite, the Big Pine Restaurant. Others are scattered throughout the Lower Keys. A fixture since 1931, when it was a general store, the No Name Pub is a much-loved restaurant and bar with great pizza. Big Pine Key has its own recreational amenities, including the J. Watson Baseball Ballpark, tennis courts, and children's play area, and funds are currently being raised for a dog park. The flea market is open on weekends. It's as popular with residents as with tourists. The Blue Hole is a local point of natural interest. It's an abandoned rock quarry that was used for nearby road fills and Henry Flagler's Overseas Railroad. The water it contains is mostly fresh and is used by various wildlife in the area such as birds, snakes, alligators, and iguanas. It's part of the National Key Deer Refuge. Here's a view of some of the pine trees from which the island gets its name. Now we'll tour some of Big Pine's neighborhoods, following a roughly clockwise route. As you enter Big Pine from the west, you see these homes on the streets off Shipsway Avenue. This canal view is at the other end of the same neighborhood, between Forrestal and Saratoga. Big Pine Key offers some of the widest variety of housing options in the Keys. These canal homes are on Cahill Drive, near the western end of the island on the Atlantic side. This canal in the Eden Pines neighborhood, further north of Key Deer Boulevard, has a boat ramp from the main road. Two views of Camellia Lane from the street. Traveling further north up the western side, we look back and see this view. The lowest area at the right is the bridge connecting Big Pine Key with Little Torch Key. Nearby is the Port Pine Heights subdivision. Returning towards central Big Pine Key, we pass through the Tropical Bay Estates neighborhood near Doctor's Arm and No Name Key. These homes at the end of Gordon Drive are nearby. The homes along Bogey Channel north of the bridge to No Name Key you see here are in the Doctor's Arm neighborhood. There are spectacular water views in Doctor's Arm, such as the one from this Granada Street residence. This marina is situated at the foot of the bridge connecting Big Pine and No Name Keys. It's a popular kayak launching point, as many varieties of birds and sea life, including dolphins, can be viewed within a short distance. In fact, Captain Bill Keogh, author of Florida Keys Paddling Guide, leads ecotours from here. As Captain Bill will tell you, the slower you go, the more you see. No Name Key is an unusual community in that there is no public electricity or water, though it does have paved roads, telephone service, a new fire well pump, and water valves and pipes in the street, but no water connection. There are only 43 homes located on this 998-acre island, 820 acres of which are currently protected as part of the National Key Deer Refuge. As a consequence, solar panels are very much in evidence on most No Name Key homes. Returning back to US 1 heading toward Marathon, the last turn is for Long Beach Road. Homes along Long Beach Road front directly on the Atlantic Ocean and represent one of the few places in the Keys where private residences are literally on the beach. Notice the 2 key deer browsing the front yard. We hope you enjoyed this quick tour of Big Pine Key and No Name Key. If you'd like to hear more, please contact our Lower Keys office at 1-800-488-3050 or visit realestatefloridakeys.com.